You eat it because it's sweet. Because it looks healthy. Because, heck, that's what they told you to eat, right? But that fruit you just popped in your mouth. It might be the very thing that's been silently killing your erections for years. And you didn't even know it. Yeah. I said it. And it gets worse. Most doctors. They won't warn you. Most nutritionists. They don't even make the connection. I've seen men, real men. Men in their 60s. Strong. Smart. Providers. Leaders. And then, out of nowhere. They lose their edge. Confidence gone. Desire fading. Bedroom feels like a ghost town. Not because they're old. But because of what they thought was healthy. A simple piece of fruit, causing a slow, silent crash. In this video, I'm gonna show you the 4 worst fruits that are secretly messing with your blood flow, energy, and testosterone, whether you feel it or not. And more importantly, I'll show you 4 fruits you should be eating instead. Fruits that actually support your performance, stamina, and vitality. Even if you're pushing 70 or beyond. Drop the energy emoji in the comments if you're ready to take back your strength. Your energy. Your confidence. Because this might be the video that changes everything. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button now. Let's rebuild your strength, one honest truth at a time. Let's talk about the first worst fruit you must avoid. Grapes. Yep, grapes. Especially in juice form. Seems harmless, right? It's fruit. It's natural. What could go wrong? But here's the thing. Grapes are packed with sugar. And I'm not talking about the good kind that fuels your brain. I'm talking about the kind that sends your blood sugar on a roller coaster. And when your blood sugar spikes like that, guess what crashes? Your testosterone. And erections? They don't run on hope. They run on testosterone, and strong, steady blood flow. Ever had a glass of grape juice and felt weirdly tired afterward? A little foggy? Like you just needed to sit down for a minute? That's not just getting older. That's your hormones waving a white flag. And here's the kicker. That bottle that says 100% fruit juice with the picture of a vineyard on it. Yeah, it's lying to you. It's just sugar in disguise. Look, nobody's saying you can't enjoy fruit. But you've got to know which ones are working for you. And which ones are quietly robbing you of your energy, your drive, and your confidence. And grapes? They're just the beginning. Now to the second fruit killing your erections. Watermelon. Yeah. I know. This one stings a little. You've probably been told it's hydrating, natural, great for your kidneys. You see it at cookouts, you slice it up in the summer. Feels like one of the safe fruits, right? But here's what nobody tells you. Eating too much watermelon, especially late in the day. It's doing more damage than you think. Now stay with me on this. Watermelon is about 90% water. Sounds great when you're sweating through July, right? But if you're over 60 and you're eating big chunks of it before bed, you're basically inviting yourself to wake up 2, 3, maybe 4 times a night. Running to the bathroom. And that constant pressure on your bladder. It doesn't just mess with your sleep. It kills your chances of getting a natural morning erection. Literally. That soft signal you used to wake up with. Yeah, it starts fading when your bladder's working overtime instead of letting your body rest and reset overnight. But that's not all. Watermelon has a higher glycemic load than most people think. That means it dumps sugar into your system faster than your body can process it. And when that happens, your insulin spikes. Your blood sugar soars. And your testosterone drops. You might feel good while you're eating it, cool, refreshed, maybe even satisfied. But then a few hours later, You're up peeing. You're restless. You're foggy in the morning. And you're wondering why your drive, your mojo, just isn't what it used to be. Listen, I'm not here to ruin watermelon for you. I'm not the food police. I get it, it's delicious. But this channel, Thrive After 70, is about knowing the truth. So you can take back control over your body. And here's the truth most men never hear. It's not about avoiding watermelon completely. It's about when and how much you eat it. I'll explain how to do it the right way later in the video, so hang tight. Because what I'm about to tell you next. It's a fruit nearly every man over 60 eats without thinking twice. But it's quietly packing fat around your waist, lowering your testosterone. And pulling the plug on your energy like a slow leak in your tire. Bananas. Let's talk about bananas. Yeah, the good old banana. The go-to snack for most men trying to stay healthy. And why not, right? It's cheap. It's filling. It's full of potassium. You've probably had one sitting on your counter this week. Maybe you even grabbed one before watching this video. But here's what nobody says out loud, especially not to men over 60. That banana might be one of the biggest reasons your belly's getting softer, your energy's dipping, and your testosterone's on the decline. Now I'm not talking about a firm, just ripe banana here. I'm talking about those overripe ones. You know the type, soft, spotty, brown. The ones that feel mushy when you peel them. The ones your wife says, oh, they're sweeter now. Yeah, they're sweeter because they're loaded with sugar. Overripe bananas spike your insulin faster than a candy bar. And when that insulin goes up, your body starts storing fat, especially right around the gut. That's not just a look thing. That belly fat? It's hormonal quicksand. See, the fat around your midsection doesn't just sit there, it talks to your hormones. It releases estrogen-like compounds, and guess what? That pushes your testosterone down. And when testosterone drops, everything else starts slipping. Your strength. Your stamina. Your sex drive. Your ability to stay focused, grounded, sharp. So yeah. You might think you're doing yourself a favor by grabbing that overripe banana as a snack. But what you're really doing is handing your body a sugar bomb that slows your metabolism, dulls your fire, and leaves you wondering why your pants fit tighter every month. And here's the sneaky part. Most guys don't connect the dots. They think it's just age. Or stress. Or getting comfortable. But deep down, they feel it. That something's off. They're more tired than they used to be. They're not waking up with that same spark. They're avoiding the mirror. And at night, they're avoiding intimacy. Or dreading it. I've seen this story too many times in my clinic. Men coming in, frustrated, embarrassed, trying to joke their way through it. But underneath the jokes, there's real worry. Real fear. Because no man wants to feel like he's fading. Especially not because of something as simple as fruit. So here's my advice as your doctor and your ally. If you're gonna eat a banana, keep it yellow, not brown. Firm, not mushy. And never eat it solo on an empty stomach, especially in the morning. Pair it with protein, or better yet, swap it for a better option I'll share shortly. Now, if you thought bananas were bad, wait till you hear about the next one. Because this one is sneaky. It's tiny. It's innocent looking. But just a handful can wreck your hormones, your blood flow, and your gut health in ways most men never see coming. And look. If you made it all the way here, and still didn't subscribe, don't scroll. Don't ghost. Go to the comments right now and type just one word. Why? Why are you hesitating? Why let another day go by feeling weaker, slower, and more invisible? When everything you need is right in front of you. I'm not here to entertain you. I'm here to transform you. Let's talk about dried fruit. 4. Dried fruits, dates, raisins, etc. Alright, now here's one that really slips under the radar. Dried fruits. Yup, dates, raisins, apricots. You think you're just having a little healthy snack, right? Something natural. Something light. But here's the thing, these are concentrated sugar bombs. One handful of raisins. That can have just as much sugar as a donut. I'm not kidding. A donut. Now, the tricky part. Since it's labeled fruit, most folks don't even think twice. It feels healthy. You might even pop a few after dinner thinking you're doing your body a favor. But here's what's really happening behind the scenes. When you dry a fruit, you're pulling out all the water. And what you're left with is pure, concentrated sugar wrapped in a tiny, chewy disguise. And for guys like us, sugar is enemy number one. It messes with your insulin, and that sends your testosterone into a nosedive. Now remember, your testosterone isn't just about drive. It's about function. Blood flow. Firmness. Stamina. All the things that make you feel like you. And when sugar keeps creeping in, even from sneaky places like dried fruit, it builds up belly fat, throws your hormones off balance, and zaps your energy. You end up feeling tired, soft, and kinda off, but you can't quite put your finger on why. It's not about avoiding fruit. It's about eating fruit smart. So if you're reaching for that trail mix, or you've got a little box of raisins in the pantry, just in case, do yourself a favor and read the sugar content. You might be surprised. Alright, let's have a moment of truth here. Be honest, which of these are you guilty of eating every week? Is it grapes? Late night watermelon? Maybe those dried cranberries in your salad? Drop it in the comments. I read every single one. Seriously. And you're not alone. A lot of men make these same choices just trying to do the right thing. The good news? You're learning now. And trust me, small changes make big differences. Now that we've covered the fruits to avoid, let's talk about the 4 fruits you should absolutely be eating instead. They're powerful. They're natural. And when used right, they can help boost your testosterone, improve circulation, and yes, even help you wake up with that good morning salute again. Let's get into it. White heavy checkmark 1. Pomegranate. Now let's talk about what actually helps. Pomegranate. Yeah, this fruit isn't just pretty on the outside, it's powerful on the inside. If you've been struggling with blood flow issues, low energy, or just feeling like you've lost that edge down there, pomegranate might just be your new best friend. See, it's packed with natural compounds that boost nitric oxide in your body. And nitric oxide? That's the secret sauce for firm, long-lasting erections. It relaxes and opens up your blood vessels. Think of it like turning a narrow garden hose into a wide one. More space means more blood flow. And more blood flow means, yep, better performance when it matters most. Now here's the kicker. A study out of UC Santa Barbara found that men who drank pomegranate juice daily for just 4 weeks saw a 30% improvement in erection strength. 4 weeks. No pills. No side effects. Just a glass of juice. And we're not just talking about getting it up. We're talking about keeping it up, and feeling confident again in your own body. But let me be real with you. Not all pomegranate juice is created equal. The stuff in those fancy bottles at the grocery store. Most of it's watered down or loaded with sugar. So here's what you do. Get the 100% pure kind. No added sugar. No fillers. Just real, tart, slightly bitter pomegranate juice. Or better yet, eat the seeds fresh. Yeah, it takes a little effort to get them out, but it's worth it. You're not just feeding your body, you're restoring your manhood. And look, I know it can feel discouraging sometimes. You might have tried other things. You might have been told, well, that's just part of aging. But I'm here to tell you, that's not the whole story. You can still thrive. You can still feel like yourself. You just need to give your body what it's really been missing. And pomegranate? That's a damn good place to start. And if you've been watching my videos, nodding along, telling yourself, I should try that, but still haven't hit that subscribe button, then I have to ask, what are you waiting for? For it to get worse? For your next blood test to finally scare you? You don't need a crisis, you need a commitment. Right now. To yourself. White heavy checkmark blueberries. Next up, blueberries. These little guys might look innocent, but don't let their size fool you. They've earned a quiet nickname among the health crowd. Nature's Viagra. Why? Because they're loaded with something called flavonoids. Now I know that sounds like some fancy science word. But here's what really matters. Flavonoids help your blood vessels relax and open up. They improve something called endothelial function. That's just the lining of your blood vessels. When it's working well, blood flows like it's supposed to. Smooth. Uninterrupted. Strong. And you know what better blood flow means. Not just for your heart or your brain, but for your manhood too. So if things have been slow, if your confidence has taken a hit, don't ignore it. Start with your plate. Instead of dumping sugar or bananas into your morning oatmeal, try a big handful of blueberries instead. Frozen or fresh, either one works. They'll still give you that burst of sweet, tart flavor. But more importantly, they'll feed your blood vessels the nutrients they actually need. Now I'm not saying blueberries alone will fix everything overnight. But here's what I am saying. They make a difference. And when you make one smart change, it gets easier to make the next one. This is how you reclaim your body. One powerful habit at a time. You don't have to accept decline. You don't have to, just live with it. You can feel stronger, sharper, and more alive. Even in your 60s, 70s, or beyond. Blueberries are more than a fruit. They're a step toward waking up in a body that feels good again. So the next time you're at the store, grab a carton. Keep them where you can see them. Toss them into your cereal, your smoothie, or just eat them plain. Every bite is a quiet act of taking control back. Because the truth is, small hinges swing big doors. And in the world of aging well, blueberries might just be one of the smartest hinges you could turn. White heavy checkmark avocado. Alright, let's talk about a fruit that's been trending on social media for years now. But don't let the avocado's popularity fool you. This isn't just some millennial brunch gimmick. No. This creamy green fruit is a powerhouse for aging men. And if you're over 60, you need it more than they do. Here's why. Avocados are loaded with monounsaturated fats. The healthy kind that actually support your heart. Not clog it. They're rich in magnesium, which most older adults are chronically low in. And magnesium isn't just some bonus mineral. It plays a direct role in over 300 vital functions in the body, including keeping your testosterone levels where they belong. That's right. Low magnesium equals low testosterone. And without enough T, your energy tanks. Your drive fades. And your body just doesn't respond the way it used to. Now add in B vitamins, which are critical for your nervous system, brain health, and hormone regulation. And you've got a triple threat. Avocados support blood flow, hormone balance, and even your mood. And get this. There's a reason the Mediterranean diet, one of the most researched longevity diets in the world, heavily features avocados and olive oil. It's not because they're trendy. It's because they work. Now maybe you've avoided avocados because they're high in fat. Let me put that to rest. This is the good fat. The kind that helps lower bad cholesterol and raise the good kind. The kind that supports your brain and keeps your joints lubricated. So if your knees ache, your energy's dipped, or the spark just isn't there anymore, start with something simple. Add half an avocado to your meals. Mash it on whole grain toast. Slice it over eggs. Blend it into a smoothie. Or just eat it plain with a pinch of sea salt and pepper. It's not complicated. But it is powerful. And you know what else? That creamy texture, it's satisfying. It keeps you full longer, helps curb those sugar cravings. And supports stable blood sugar levels. Which means fewer crashes, better focus, and steadier energy throughout the day. This isn't just a fruit. It's fuel. For your heart. For your hormones. For your entire second act of life. Because let's be honest. You're not done yet. Not even close. You still have a life to live. People who count on you. And a body that, with the right care, can still thrive. So the next time someone rolls their eyes and says, avocados are for the younger crowd, you just smile. Because you know. Avocados are for the wiser crowd. For the men who take their health seriously. And aren't ready to slow down. Not today. Not tomorrow. Not ever. Now here's something simple, but powerful. 4. Citrus fruits. Like lemons and oranges. You probably already have them in your kitchen. But most people underestimate what these fruits can actually do. It's not just about vitamin C boosting your immune system. That's old news. What most folks don't realize is, vitamin C is one of the best natural ways to lower cortisol. And cortisol, your stress hormone, is one of the biggest silent killers of testosterone. When cortisol goes up, testosterone crashes. It's like a seesaw. You can't have both high at the same time. That means, if you're living with constant stress, worry, or even lack of good sleep, your body's in a hormonal storm. And citrus helps calm the storm. So how do you use it the right way? Start your morning with warm lemon water. Just a slice of lemon squeezed into a glass of warm water. Do it first thing, before coffee, before breakfast. And just give your body that gentle, cleansing nudge it's craving. It's a small shift that sets your hormones up for a better day. Better energy, clearer focus, calmer mood, and yes, more balance where it matters most. And if you're a fan of oranges, go for the whole fruit, not the juice. Whole oranges come with fiber, which helps slow the release of sugar into your blood. That means you don't get the same insulin spike you get from store-bought orange juice, which is basically just liquid sugar. And remember that earlier fruit we talked about, watermelon? Look, it's not all bad. It does have citrulline, which can support blood flow. But it's still high in sugar. So if you really want to eat it, pair it with a handful of nuts or seeds. Like almonds, walnuts, or pumpkin seeds. Why? Because healthy fats and proteins help slow down how fast your body absorbs sugar. Which means you can enjoy your watermelon, without the blood sugar roller coaster. It's not about cutting fruit out. It's about being smart with it. You're older, wiser, and your body has different needs than it did in your 30s. So treat it that way. Your hormones will thank you. Your heart will thank you. And if you've got someone special, they'll definitely thank you too. Now stay with me, because the final tip I'm about to give is the one most men miss. And it could be the missing key to turning everything around. Let's dive into it. Now that you're here, let's talk man to man. I'm not promising you miracles. I'm giving you science-backed, time-tested protocols that actually work, especially for men over 60. You've been given band-aids for bullet wounds, pills that numb the symptoms, diets that rob your energy, advice that hasn't evolved since the 80s. But your body? It's still capable. Still wired for strength, intimacy, clarity. You just need to remove what's killing it, and add what fuels it. That mental fog you keep blaming on age. It's not age. It's inflammation. And guess where it's coming from? The foods labeled as heart-healthy. Low-fat yogurt, whole wheat bread, margarine, garbage that inflames your brain, stiffens your arteries, and lowers your testosterone. Your brain is starving for healthy fats. Your body is begging for real food. And your hormones are on life support, because you've been eating like a bird when you should be fueling like a man. Most men don't realize they've been in a testosterone decline for years. Slowly losing morning wood, drive, confidence, and even memory. But here's the good news, this isn't permanent. I've seen men in their 70s restore testosterone naturally, just by removing sugar, processed oils, and fake fruit smoothies, and replacing them with real, ancestral foods. Start your day with eggs. Whole eggs. With the yolk. Add spinach sautéed in olive oil, and a side of avocado. Skip the cereal. That stuff's for kids, and it's robbing you blind. For lunch, go with grilled salmon, a citrus-dressed arugula salad, and maybe a small handful of walnuts. Dinner? A ribeye steak. Yes, steak. Paired with steamed broccoli and sweet potatoes. Snack on blueberries or dark chocolate, not pretzels or heart-healthy bars. Because when you eat like this, you fight inflammation, you boost nitric oxide, you restore hormone balance, and you reclaim your identity as a man. Not some softened, silenced version of yourself. The real you. If you follow this plan, even 70%, you'll feel the shift. More energy in the morning. Stronger presence in the evening. Clearer focus throughout the day. And yes, firmer performance when it matters most. I've seen it happen too many times to call it luck. This is biology. Don't just click away and forget everything you heard. Rewatch this. Share it with a friend who's been struggling. Print out the list of foods and put it on your fridge. Commit to 30 days. Just 30. Because you can't keep outsourcing your health to strangers and expect to win. You have to take back control. It starts with a plate, a fork, and a choice. This isn't about vanity. It's about vitality. About dignity. You've worked too hard to spend your golden years tired, foggy, and ashamed of what you've become. Fix your food. Fix your flow. Fix your future. Subscribe. Let's rebuild your strength, one honest truth at a time. So let's lock this in, if you're serious about reclaiming your vitality. Cut out grapes, watermelon, bananas, and dried fruits. Bring in pomegranate, blueberries, avocado, and citrus fruits like lemons and oranges. Your blood vessels will thank you. Your partner will notice. And your confidence? It'll return faster than you think. Listen, if you're over 60, I know you've been carrying more than just physical weight. There's the pressure. The frustration. The silence. You've been told it's just part of getting old. That you should accept it. But that's not what we do here. Here, we challenge the narrative. We fight back, with facts, with food, and with focus. Because you are not alone. And you are not done. I want to hear from you. Which fruit surprised you the most? Which one are you finally kicking off your plate, and which powerhouse are you bringing in today? Type it below. I read every comment I can, and if you need help, I'm here. This is Thrive After 70, and I'm Dr. Ethan Mehran. Helping real men take back real health with real solutions. No gimmicks. No pills. Just proven science and straight talk. So go ahead, hit that subscribe button like your vitality depends on it.